Hello, everybody. Hold on, let me make sure you can hear me from my AirPods. 1 second. I think it's connecting. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. Oh, well. Look. All right. All right. So I got the ding. So you guys should be able to hear me. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So, and my name is Bianca Rush, and I am a profit strategist. But more important than that, I am a serial entrepreneur. I have been an entrepreneur for going on 9 years. I have pretty much a lot of experience from just product-based business and now service-based business. But tonight, I'm on Facebook Live. I'm joining you guys because I understand how irritating it is to really just create content. Like that's when I talk to people, and I talk to a lot of people, but when I talk to a people, they're always saying like, "Hey, I don't post. I don't know really how to post. I don't know what to post, and I need help." And they always say, "I need help." And then when they say they post, they don't get the engagement that they want, and that social media is just this trickery and this big game, and that they get really bothered by it. But tonight, I just really want to take some time to talk to you about how you can easily create sale generating content for your free or paid products and services. So, like I said, and if you look in the caption below, I am inviting you to join my free Facebook group so we can just continue the conversation. But in this broadcast, one of the things that I'm going to talk about first is the GPA formula. And what is that? So I have actually a few methods that I utilize when it comes to my business and how I post and how I get things done. But the GPA formula, and I have my notes, you guys, I always write some things down because I never want to miss anything with you all. But goals, plan, and action. So the GPA formula is goals, plan, action. It is a formula. And pretty much that is the direction that you must think about when it comes to creating the content for your social media, when it comes to your sale content, whether that's free content, and always do free with a purpose. We're not just doing free just to do free. It's like if I'm going to do something at no cost, how big is my back end return on investment looking like? So if I map out what I'm doing for free, so if I'm doing a free workshop, I love my pins, guys. If I'm doing a free workshop, how can I create an experience where I'm getting calls if I want people to book a call with me, or I'm getting people that are like, "Hey, when's the next one? Because I want to hear more." How am I garnering more interest in a way that it's always revenue pushing? You want to do revenue pushing content, revenue pushing type of experiences. And that really boils down with your free stuff. It's like, if I'm going to give you all of this knowledge, I'm going to give you all this tea, I need to make sure that I'm making certain that revenue is going to come on the back end for it. So it's like you're giving up an investment, but the back end is going to look far greater. So GPA formula stands for goals, plans, and action, and they are used often. You cannot have one without the other. So the reason why the GPA formula is really important when creating your content, because you need to understand what is the goal the message that I'm trying to give. What is the goal of my message? Is it to get more leads? Is it to get more sales? Is it to get more awareness? Is it to get more money? Is it just to get more awareness? What is your goal? And then once you determine what your goal is, what is that plan to make that happen? And it's like, okay, if I want to get more leads, my plan is I'm going to have a in-person workshop that is going to cost nothing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I create a collaborative opportunity where people are engaging with each other. People are building community with each other. People are networking with each other in a way that makes them want to come back. And they see that, oh, her mind is where is what I'm on as well. So you know what? I'm interested in speaking more to her, because at this like free gathering that I would put together, I'm showcasing myself as an expert. I'm showcasing, if you have products, I'm showcasing my product to be what it is that I say that it is, that it works in the way that I say it's going to work, that it does the things that I say it's going to do. How are you keeping it all the way 100 whenever your business is around? For me, my business is my mind. So I'm going to showcase my mind and what I know to others in a way to help them, but I'm also going to put them in the room with other people to build up their network, because one thing that I know is your network helps tremendously in your growth. So we have our goals and our plan and then our action. How are you going to put things together? So if I talk about this, the meetup that I just said, my goal was to get more leads. All right, so my goal is to get more leads. How am I going to get more leads? I'm going to have an in-person workshop. And with that in-person workshop, I'm going to showcase my expertise. Okay, so what's my game plan, action plan? I'm going to find a space that's affordable, that really kind of exudes positive energy, good lighting in a way that people will feel comfortable to engage with each other. So that's my GPA formula. And really, why do you need it in your business? It's the roadmap to being productive. It moves you from having a business to being in business. And think about GPA when it comes to school. GPA is really how much you know, how much did you learn, how well do you test, all of that. So how well is your business? How much do you know about your business? What is the health of your business? Like, GPA formula is what I utilize when I'm creating content or experiences when it comes to my free or my paid opportunities. So really moving from there, and I really want to not take as long as I did the last time when we spoke, but question is why your current content strategy may be discouraging your audience. All right. So, why your content is discouraging your audience? And it boils down to this: your voice, your tone, your visuals, and your vibe. And then the fifth one that I add in there is you're inconsistent. So, you're easily forgotten. So, let's talk about voice. What is the words? What are the words that you're using when you're speaking to your audience? Are you using the words that they use? So if you have an audience that says, yes, 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 are you utilizing that? Are you saying, yes, okay, so now that you understand, you're not speaking the same voice. You need to speak the voice of your audience. So you need to get into the mind of the people that you target. How are they speaking to each other? Are they prim and are they proper? Are they a little bit more natural and more hippie? Are they more chill and relaxed? Are they more like enthusiastic and athletic and spunky? Like, what is their voice? Because when you speak in their voice, you're automatically like a magnet. You're gonna pull them in because they can identify themselves in you. So based off of your voice, people can understand if you're speaking to them. Like, you ever read a message on social media and a person will comment like, yes, you're speaking to me. Yes, get out my head. Yes, say it for the people in the back. The reason people comment like that is because you're speaking the voice in which they can understand. So you got to think about when you're learning in school. And I like to refer everything to school because I think that's just the easiest analogy. When you're in school and your teacher teaches you something, and you're like, I'm completely lost. Like, what are you saying? And then you get a tutor, and the tutor breaks it down in a way that you understand. And they give you remember like in school, they give you those songs and analogies and all of those things to help you remember. They're speaking in a voice that you can comprehend, a voice that you can recognize. Like, let me see, what is it? My dear Aunt Sally, PEMDAS, never eat soggy waffles, when I was trying to understand like what was north, south, east, and west. So I always remembered that. And that was a voice that I could understand because I was more of a melody type person. So if you speak in melodies, I'm getting with you. But if you're just telling me this is north and this is south and this is east and this is west, you lost me. So think about the voice that you're using in regards to your audience. And are you using words that they can actually see themselves when you're speaking or see themselves when you're posting? They're like, yes, she or he is speaking to me. Also, think about your tone. Are you too aggressive? Are you too soft? Are you not seeming confident? Like, what is your tone in regards to the content that you're giving out? Are you giving a soft mellow tone? Are you giving a happy tone? I can tell you right now, when it comes to digital, a really great way to set the tone when typing or in conversation is to use emojis. They really help to make it come off that you're not speaking in an angry tone, that you're not speaking in a sad tone, that you're happy, you're full of life, you're like, pow. Like, I utilize emojis a lot in my captions because I feel like it brings a better emotion and it makes it easier to read. Think about the fact if you're writing content and you're writing captions, people don't want to always see a whole bunch of words. Break it up into bulleted lists, which is what I spoke about, people reading lists. Think of the recipe method. Think about a recipe book. They do not give you all these full-grown paragraph understandings of how to create a recipe. No, they bullet point it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bullet, 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 bullet. So when it comes to your tone, think about how you're going, what voice are you going to use, and use emojis to kind of split the tone up, especially if you're going to be writing some long copy or a long message. Also, something that could be discouraging your audience is your visuals. I mentioned the last time that we met that video is going to take over. So visuals, the really number one priority that you should put your dollar in when it comes to marketing is visuals. We are moving towards video. IGTV, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, live. Study what these companies are doing. Where are they taking their business? Where are they moving away from? And put your mindset on like, hey, if Facebook is moving towards live, I'm noticing them promoting something that's new. Oh, maybe they know something that I don't know that I need to be doing because they have the market research dollars to determine what works and what doesn't, what's a hit and what's a miss. So if you can really pay attention to where the industry is flowing, if it is flowing to video, that is saving you so much trial and error dollars by just going to where the wave is going, where they headed, and they're headed towards video. So if you're really into the picture space, that's awesome. Pictures are great. Pictures are probably way better than just words. So yes, the pictures. But we are strongly, I encourage you to move over to video. Get comfortable talking to people. Get comfortable to this. FaceTime is what it is, and people love iPhones. One of the major things is the aspect of FaceTime because you can talk to your loved ones and you can see them. And in essence, you feel like you can feel them via phone. So video would be the number one thing that I can say for your visuals. Also, what's your vibe? Like if I go to the content that you're sharing, what is that top 9 looking like? Is it all over the place? Like literally, I was on a page the other day and I felt so overwhelmed. I felt like I was at the mall and it was like Christmas and everything's already been touched and mismanaged and placed everywhere because everyone's already gotten their gifts or they've done shopping, but the place is just like a mess. That's how I felt when I looked on a certain page, and the vibe it turned me off in a way that I wouldn't read it. So look at your page as a whole. What is the vibe, and are you giving the right message? So if I look at your top 9 pictures and just ask anyone, just take your page over to someone like, hey, when you look at this, what do you think of? What do you see? What do you notice? What do you think I do? What do you think I sell? Get that feedback. If they're not hitting the mark on what you do or what you sell, that means it's time to change. That means you're discouraging. So in order to not be discouraging, you need to determine, how can I make a better voice? How can I make a better tone? How can I get better visuals? Video. How can I get a better vibe in a way that people are attracted to me and that I'm giving off the right content in a way that keeps them around? And then inconsistency was that 5th one that I added. So a lot of people are inconsistent because they don't know what to post. But I would just say, if you utilize these tools, if you can't get on your grid, get on your stories, get on live, talk about the day, relate it back to your message, and be done with it. Save it for 24 hours, repurpose it in an email, utilize your email list, ask them what they want to hear. Like, all of these things are just different angles that you can use content. The content doesn't always have to be a professional shoot. So those are ways that you can use content. In a way, I can say, if you're not consistent, you're easily forgotten. If you're not consistent, you are easily forgotten. You are placing yourself in a position to be forgotten and allowing another person to step in. So just be aware of that. Unless you have this outstanding and outrageous email list, you need to be consistent and definitely hop into that voice, tone, visual, and vibe aspect. So 3 questions that I really feel that you should ask before posting on your business Instagram, and I wrote these down, is does my post reflect my brand's message? Does your post have a purpose, or are you posting to post? Do you have a reason behind it? Is it pushing someone in a certain direction? Are you telling them to do something? And on my post today, I did say, like, think in the mind of your consumer. Why should I care? And then, like, if I'm talking to you, why should I care about your business? Why should I give you my dollar? Why do you matter? And why do you matter over all the other businesses that are kind of similar to you? What is your differentiated pattern or method or sale or addition, whatever? What makes you different from A, B, and C, and D that are down the way, or that is one call away? So, does this post give off the appropriate brand's message? And then another question I would ask before posting my business Instagram is it simple to understand what I want in this post? Is it simple to understand what I need my audience to do in this post? At this point in time, guys, like I mentioned, release the bells and whistles. Keep it simple. Get to the point. But also, the third thing I added, and this kind of goes in it, is it written in a story format? Don't just say buy now, on sale now, unless you have a very, very strong tribe or strong audience. If anything, warm us up to something. Give us like, hey, did you know? Like, hey, guess what? Or hey, newsflash. Or something in a way that's going to grab us, because you know when it comes, and I'm speaking in regards to Instagram, you know the content only shows a few lines. So what is the hook that your hook line that's going to grab our attention and make it happen that we are going to want to read more? So 3 questions that you should ask yourself before posting on Instagram is, does this post reflect my brand's message? Is it simple to understand what I want? So are you writing with clear tone? Are you writing with words that make sense, or are you being very fancy? Is it simple? Do I get what you mean? Am I going to understand after I finish reading? Like, think about those questions. If you don't know, ask somebody. Ask a friend, ask a family member, ask a loved one. Like, hey, read this for me and tell me what you get out of it. What am I talking about, and what am I asking you to do? Get the feedback before you post. It's okay. I promise you it is. And then is what I'm posting, am I saying what I need them to do? You need to have your audience doing something. Unless you're just giving a testimony, or unless you're just wanting to share. But at some point in time, you're going to have to tell them to do something. Click the link in my bio. Hey, drop an emoji if you agree. Tag your friend if you can relate. Get them to do something, because the more we utilize these tools, the better our engagement would be, the better our visuals would be, and the better the revenue would be in your business, because you have more eyes on you. And then also think about the content, like when you're generating your sales generating content, like content is sales generating, whether it's free or paid, whether that's products or services. But what is the story? And if you follow more than social.co on Instagram, I give you strategies. I give you tips that will allow you to build up to your sale. It takes time. Selling is dating. Instagram is dating. Build the relationship. Build the trust. When you're dating somebody, you're not just going to hop all in and say, hey, I love you. Be with me. No, you're going to say, hey, how are you? Where are you from? Oh, cool. Where do you work? Or what do you like? What are your hobbies? Like, those are warming up questions, because you're taking someone from a cold nature where they don't know you, and consider your email like this. They don't know you, and you're warming them up. So if you're going on a date, you're asking all those questions. You're talking about yourself. You're saying more than what you do, and you're warming this person up to like you. When they like you, they trust you, they buy from you, and they refer you. And it starts all over again. So those are just some strategies and how you can easily create sales-generated content when you apply the GPA formula, the goals, the plan, the action. That will help you determine your metrics so you know what success looks like for you. Why your current strategy may be discouraging. It could be your voice, your tone, your visual, your vibe, and the fact that you're inconsistent. Make sure you get those 5 areas together and tighten those up so that you'll be A-okay. 3 questions that I really encourage you to ask yourself before posting on your business Instagram is, does this post reflect my brand's message? Am I giving off the right message? Are people understanding what I'm asking them to do and what I need them to do? So is it simple to understand? And then the last question I would say before posting is it written in a story format? Are you hooking people in? Are you gathering their attention? And if not, again, it's no problem to share out what you're doing and what you're writing and getting the feedback from your loved ones, because at the end of the day, we're here to build sale generating content. And if we're going to have something free with a purpose, you got to have your goal. My goal is to get more leads. You got to have your plan. Okay, I'm going to do a live workshop. And then your action. I'm going to showcase myself in a way that builds trust so that they will get in my books, become a client. And I'm also going to book a space and create an environment where people feel comfortable and they can build community. So guys, I'm going to keep it short tonight, but that's my feedback on that. And I hope you can use it to create sale generating content for your free or paid products or services. If you have any questions, join the free Facebook group. The link is in the caption. Join me. Let's continue the conversation and I can offer you some more tips and advice. Okay, guys? All right. Catch you later. Bye.